I get asked all the time, Fred, how can I make more money with my Shopify store and also increase my sales? Well, in this video, I'm going to share with you 3 simple tips that you can instantly implement and start making more money for your Shopify store. What is up, everybody? Fred Lam here, and welcome to my next video on sharing with you how you can actually make more money with your Shopify store. Now, first thing first, listen. What I'm about to share with you are specifically for those that are already generating sales and you want to actually make more money without spending more money on ads. And in fact, if you have a product or multiple products that are currently breaking even, or if you're losing around 10% margin, I gotta tell you, congratulations, because you're on track to actually become a very successful Shopify store owner. But before I actually get into why and what you can actually do to make more money with your Shopify store, first of all, please smash that like button, click that subscribe button, and hit that notification bell so that each time I release a brand new video, you're gonna get notified right away. And anytime on this video, if you picked up a thing or two, or actually got a massive outcome with what I'm about to share with you, make sure you take a screenshot, tag me on Instagram, and I may actually repost your post on my Instagram feed. Now, that being said, let's dive right into our topic today on how to make more money with your Shopify store. But first thing first, a lot of people focus on how to actually reduce their cost of purchase or to reduce their ad spend, hoping that they actually make more money. First of all, it is a good strategy, but you may be focusing on the wrong thing for your Shopify store. Especially if you are already getting a click-through rate that is above 1.5%, I can tell you, you are above average. And with that, you gotta focus elsewhere and not just on the ad itself. And here's the reason why. First of all, when it comes to advertising, regardless if you are on Facebook, Google, or Bing, every single advertising platform is based on an auction. So what that means is that if there are more people bidding or targeting the same thing as you, the cost of advertising will go up. And here's the facts. Cost of advertising will only continue to actually go up. And one thing that a lot of people absolutely missed out on when they are creating their Shopify store or even any type of business, whether it is offline or online, one fact that you must know is that your initial product, which is whatever product you are selling and advertising, is really designed to be a bait. And what I mean by being a bait is where you are simply using it to turn a complete stranger into a paying customer. And brands, I mean big brands that are doing 8, 9, or even 10 figures online, they simply would actually want to lose money to acquire as many customers as they can, because a paying customer worth way more than a lead or a person actually clicking on your ad. So yes, you can actually focus a lot of your time on getting your click-through rate up, decreasing your cost per purchase so that you actually make more profit. But that is not a sustainable model. What you need to do is to increase your average order value. We call this AOV. So what this really means is that you actually want to increase the amounts that your customer spends in one single transaction or one single event. So let's say that if store A sells a product for $10 and that's all they do. They sell a product for $10, they're making profit of maybe $1 after deducting all the costs and all the costs of advertising, let's say they make $1 profit. Now, store B focus on increasing their average order value. Because they sell the same product, they still sell the front end product at $10, the initial product that's designed as a bait. But they focus on the AOV. So if they focus on the AOV, they now can actually turn a customer spending $10 upwards to $20 or even $30. But the same ad spend, same costs, who's gonna win? Obviously, store B, right? And the reason why is because they are able to simply make more money on the same customer, but the best part, they can even wipe out store A because they can actually afford more advertising spend. And you know what? In reality, for those of you that are obviously in the industry or you may have heard or may not have heard of these guys, but the Agora Financial Company, the biggest online financial company right now, they actually lose money right up front to acquire a paying customer, but they make all their money back 60 days later. And that's how they are able to become a multi-million-dollar online business. So with that being said, I want you to actually shift your mindset to think differently. Now, don't get me wrong. We have a lot of students, including myself, we make great profit with just our initial product. But if you want to really make a lot of money and a lot of sales, and to actually scale up your business, you gotta focus on the average order value. And in this video, I'm gonna share with you 3 tips that you can actually start implementing right away to actually see your average order value increase almost overnight. So let's dive right in. AOV strategy number 1 is called quantity discount. Now, for those of you that live in North America or some parts of Europe and even now China actually has this, it's called Costco. Why do people shop at Costco? Why do people flop and actually line up to go to Costco? Well, the reason why is because if you go to Costco, you get to buy products in bulk, which if you do the math, each single piece is going to actually cost much less than you going to a supermarket or a store nearby. So when you actually buy in volume, guess what? The transaction is bigger, but your profit is also going to be bigger at the same time. In the consumer's eyes, when they actually do their math, they see that, hey, the more I buy, the more I can save per unit. It makes sense for me to go to Costco. And that's why people go to Costco to simply fight for tissue paper, toilet paper, paper towel, you name it. Because at the end of the day, it costs far less to a consumer than going to a local grocery store. So with that concept, you can actually apply it into your online business by using an app that's called Volume and Tier Discount. What this is that it encourages your customers to actually buy more than one. Now you might be wondering, well, my item, I can't actually have people buy more than one. They would just buy one. They're not gonna buy more than one. That's a wrong mindset to have. You'll be surprised. Even if it is a t-shirt, even if it's a necklace, even if it is simply a coaster, whatever it is, people will actually buy more than one. You'll be surprised. But what you're doing is that you're incentivizing these customers to buy more than one by giving them a discount. So how it simply looks like is very simple. Let's say that a customer comes and actually buys this watch. I can actually say that this watch right now is 30% off. But if you buy 2 or more watches, I'll give you an additional 10%. If you buy 3 or more, I'll give you an additional 15%. So what you're essentially doing is that you're using a discount to incentivize your customers to buy more than one. And because human nature, they don't want to miss out on deals, they'll be like, all right, I'm gonna buy one for my dad, I'm gonna buy one for my brother, I'm gonna buy one for my, I don't know, whoever it is. But at the end of the day, you're incentivizing them to do so, and they actually say, hey, that's a great deal. That means that I'm gonna get 40% plus if I actually buy 2. So to them, they'll be like, it makes sense, and they actually buy. So now you instantly just increase your average order value just like that by offering the same product but giving them a discount and incentivizing them to actually buy more. Now, AOV strategy number 2 is called couponing. Now, let me ask you this. Have you ever experienced when you go into a retail store, you picked up all your goods, then you go to the cashier and you pay for your product? Now, obviously, you can pay cash, you can pay with credit card, but you'll always get a receipt. When the cashier hands you a receipt, on top of the receipt, you actually see a piece of paper. Obviously, we look at the receipt, we look at the piece of paper, and that piece of paper specifically say, save an additional 20% on your next purchase. And you're like, oh my, you want to punch that person, right? Why didn't you give me that earlier? I just bought something from you. Well, guess what? They did that on purpose because you just bought something from them and they know that you're gonna they want you to come back to buy more. So what they do, they give you that coupon where it says next purchase only, because what will people do? Consumers will either simply go like, all right, I'm not gonna come back anytime soon, but I don't wanna miss out on this coupon. They're gonna go back into the store, pick up more products, which they weren't originally gonna buy, but because they have that coupon, they go back and actually buy more. Some simply just save it into their wallet, set a reminder to actually go back before the coupon expires, because they will feel that they are going to miss out on a deal if they didn't take advantage of the coupon. So with that strategy, guess what? It's also can be implemented inside your Shopify store. And as a matter of fact, we actually built a software to actually facilitate that. It's not available to the public. It's only for our Zero Up members. All right. If you want to actually do this yourself, there are some coding required. And what happened for a Shopify store is that when the customer finished buying all their product and goes to the Shopify receipt page, we actually have a coupon that pops up with a countdown timer to actually get them to go back to the store to use the coupon. Our students are getting phenomenal results by simply just having that code that we created right inside. But again, couponing works phenomenally well. Now, AOV strategy number 3 is called upselling. Now, we're not talking about pre-upsell, we're talking about post-upsell. But more importantly, we call this the one-click upsell. And I'm certain you have experienced this before in the past. Let's say that you go to a website, you simply buy, let's say, a camera. When you finish buying a camera, instead of going to the receipt page, you're basically saying, hey, wait, we have a special deal for you. Would you like to add this camera bag with a one-time offer of 50% off right now to your order? And there's a yes or no button. The second that you click on the yes button, guess what? Your credit card is automatically charged. We call this the one-click upsell. And I can tell you, whichever online business you run, whether it is Shopify, whether you are running your digital course business, you're selling ebooks, whatever you're selling, implement one-click upsell. Because if you do so, you're gonna see an instant increase of a minimum of 20% revenue by simply adding that one-click upsell. Now, here's how the journey actually looks like. And what I do, oftentimes, when I'm crafting upsells, I create what we call the no-brainer upsells. Now, what is a no-brainer upsell? I'll use camera as an example. If you go to the store to buy a camera, it makes sense for the sales guy to actually sell you the camera bag, right? You don't want to just hold on to the camera, you want the bag. That's a no-brainer item. You're gonna actually be sold on extra batteries, right? If you bring out a camera and you're out and about, obviously, you're not going to have an outlet to charge your camera. So having an extra battery makes sense. Or a lens that goes with your camera. So what happened is that a camera may cost roughly $200 because you now bought the bag, you bought an extra battery, you bought the lens. The $200 transaction can be turned literally into $400, $500, or even $600. And again, these are what people need. And you can actually implement this into your store by implementing these one-click upsell. And the one app that we recommend you to use if you're a beginner you've never done this before, we highly encourage you to check out the Click Upsell App by Zipify. It's called OCU. It's integrated natively inside Shopify, but the beauty is that now when customers are going to your store to actually buy your products, guess what? They're not going to go to the receipt page. They're going to see an upsell, and actually they just click one button, you automatically make more money. So in a nutshell, there's 3 strategies that you can actually implement for your store to make more money right away. And in fact, the beauty is that you can actually implement all 3 of these strategies to drastically increase your average order value. It's just as simple as a customer going to your store, they're like, oh, I want that product. Wow, if I actually buy more, I save more. Guess what? Checkpoint number 1, you increase the average order value. When they give you their credit card information, instead of going to the receipt page, you give them the upsell. You offer them more products that are supplementing the initial product and also a no-brainer product. You can have 2 or 3 upsells if you like. So again, another upsell, let's say you only have 2. Now the last part, they go to the receipt page, they think that they're done, but then you offer them a next purchase coupon code. Guess what? Then if they go back to your store, they go through the cycle again. This is how you actually make a lot more money with your Shopify store by just simply implementing these 3 tips to increase your average order value. Now, listen, if you love these tips, let me know right down at the comment box. Share with me if you love these and make sure you implement them right away for your business. Now again, my commitment this year is that I'm going to continuously record these amazing trainings for you to help you to build, grow, and scale your online business. So make sure that you click that like button, I should say smash that like button, click that subscribe button, and also make sure that you hit that notification bell so that each time I release a brand new video, you're going to get notified right away. So on top of that, listen, if there are any specific training that you would like me to create for you and to share with you for free, make sure you comment right down below. Let me know what you would like to learn, and I'm going to do my best to record these training for you right on my YouTube channel. Other than that, last piece, listen, if you want our help and get unlimited access right into all my courses, go check out iPro Academy right down below. We are releasing something that makes entrepreneurship accessible, regardless of what your age is, regardless of what income status is. We want to make entrepreneurship accessible to every single one of you. And in fact, remember, we are even a Shopify education partner. So what we share absolutely works. So if you are committed to building your own online business and you want our help and get all our step-by-steps, watch over our shoulder training, make sure you check out iPro Premium right down below. Other than that, I look forward to seeing you guys in our next video.